All right, I'm back. This is Sean. It's Sunday, September 19th. And this is the part 21 of the NCC Excelsior Build. Now, as you can see, I've got the Excelsior upside down. The neck is holding, though I'm still attached to the saucer. It's been about 3 days now since I did that. It's got the book bracing it. I just tried to use the tape to get this decal off that isn't aligned correctly, and got messed up with the glue, and that didn't work. So the only thing I can think of is to paint over that decal with the steel gray, from Folk Art, and then put on a replacement decal from Federation Models, perhaps say, decal 49 here. That's one of the impulse ones. Put it in its place. Well, it's not going to actually be decal 49. Let me see here. What set is this anyway? You want the first set. Is that the first set? Second set. Okay, well. I'm going to take a look. I want to see if I can find at least the first set of Federation model decals. So I'm going to give me a chance. I'll be right back. So I got the first set Federation Models decals here. And I am looking for, looks like decals 2. Oh. 2 and 3. So I'm going to sort through the little bags here and see if I can find them. Because those are the ones I'm going to use. Because those are the ones I'm going to need for the ship to work. So let's just see here. Which bag are they in? I'm going to find them and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So, decals 2 and 3. Right there. Now, as you can see, they look so similar to the blue of the Enterprise. And besides, they're going to be underneath. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the steel gray, which is, of course, is the very bottom box. I'll just make a little switch here. Rearranged all my model building supplies on yesterday, so now every paint that I need is in a proper box. Okay, gray. I need I'm going to use these two grays. There's the pale gray, which is slightly brownish. Steel gray. Where's my steel gray? Oh, wait a minute. There it is. There's the Folk Art steel gray that I need. So I'm going to start with a lighter gray. Put it on the hull first, because you need to get the hull ready for the decals. But what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to find some Tamiya semi-gloss clear that I can brush on. Or even and that'll make it smooth. So I'm going to start painting that. But I'm going to get the decals cut up and ready. I mean, I know the Federation Models has those, but I'm not going to use those. So I'm going to get parts 2 and 3 decals cut up, and I'm going to start the repainting and preparation. I'm going to do the paint touch-ups. I'll be back when that's done. As you can see, restored it pretty well to the next level, the light gray. And now I'm going to touch up the silver around the neck and the silver along the edge here. I'm going to have to take one of those decals off. So I'm going to see if I will try the tape again to see if I can get that bad decal off the ship. Of course, I'm going to have to cut the tape enough to be narrow enough to fit in that spot. There, that should do it. Yeah, that's narrow enough, all right. So here we go. Here we are. Pat it down firmly on just that section of the decal, not the other section. And we're going to see if it will bring up the decal. If not, I may have to turn to the masking tape, because what I want this time, I do want removal. No, that decal's not coming off. Alright, let me see here. Micro set, what does it say? Softens decals to conform to regular surface. Well, if it's going to soften the decal, maybe it'll lift it off. Let's see if that works. Hey, it seems to be getting some of the glue off anyway. That's good. That doesn't seem to be working as well as I hoped. I'm going to see if I can think of something else. Be right back. Come up. It won't come up with the micro set. It won't come up with the tape. It won't even come up with the dental pick. So what I'm going to have to probably do is I'm probably going to have to actually paint over that entire small section there with the light gray again, blend it back down to the hull, and take it off that way, because if it won't come up, then I'm just going to have to paint over it. Yeah, even this tape won't work. Alright, well, I can't say I mind, because it seems the most effective solution, painting over it, so I'm going to paint over that section right now, and then I can do the silver also. You know, touch up the silver where it got a bit wrecked by the neck. So, where's that paintbrush? There it is. Here we go. When in doubt, just paint over the whole thing, and smoothly, of course. And that'll fix it if nothing else will. But you gotta get the, you don't want the paint to be too watery, or you'll never get it covered. You'll never get it to cover the surface properly. You want it to cover the surface as smoothly as possible, of course, so that it doesn't wreck anything. But you don't want it to go on so watery that it just comes off again when you, say, put a decal on it. And the good thing is this is on the bottom saucer, not the top, so it won't be too obvious. And if there's any part that accidentally got on the central blue decal, there you go. Just a little more. There we are. Good. Excuse me. All right. As you can see, there you are. And I'll put the new decal over it, and I'll give it a slightly darker gray when it's dry, and it'll be as good as new. So I'm just going to touch up the silver now. Be right back with that. Oh, and another thing. I found my regular clear from Tamiya, so I'm going to paint that on manually to create a nice smooth surface for the decals. Alright, I just found out that silver sterling is too dark against the neck, so I'm going to try the platinum instead, right here. I'm going to see if that's light enough to blend in with the sprayed silver on the neck. I can see more and more that I'm going to have to make sure that for every color I spray paint, I find a matching folk art color, because that's the most plentiful brand I can find. that will actually hand paint it properly. And yeah, well, it's not so good either. But what I think I will do, just for the ease of it, is I will just color that entire section manually with the platinum. It'll be a bit darker than the silver, but at least it'll blend in. Should blend in nicely. Covers up all the glue mistakes, you see. Of course, you're going to need the thick brush for that, so let's try the thick brush. Let's see if it works to get the platinum on there. Let's see here. It's a bit better. But as I get... no, you know what? I'm going to wipe all that off. I don't like the look of it at all. I'm going to just use the paper towel here, the toilet paper, wipe that platinum off there completely, all the way around, right up to the section I'm repairing. Yeah, okay. So the only thing I want to do now is wait for the that square to dry. Go over it with, say, the steel gray, and then put the other Aztec over it. But before I go to the steel gray, I'll of course use the no, the Dove Gray is too light, isn't it? Yes, the Dove Gray is too light. The Pale Gray is a little darker, but it's still too light. Yeah, but I guess there's nothing more I can do right now for the Excelsior, except to make sure that there's no... I have to keep using the Q-tip to get into the center blue and make sure it doesn't get wrecked by the Dove Gray there. I have to keep going in there and fixing it. There. Okay, thank you. But at least I've got it covered. I'll give it a second coat later, and I guess that'll finish part 21 of the Excelsior build. I have to wait for it to dry before I attempt anything like flipping it over and putting on the attaching the nacelles. I've got to give it a chance to dry. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to set this cotton bud in here, right like that, so that it, not the blue stripe, will catch any the cotton bud will catch any gray that wants to seep into that trench, because I can't have it in that trench. It's got to stay precisely where I've put it, because that's the only section it needs fixing. So anyway, I'll be back for part, guess it'll be part 22 now of the Excelsior build, with hopefully this section repaired and the nacelles attached. Anyway, talk to you all later, and have a good rest of your weekend.